Crystals, used in almost every piece of technology in the world around us. Used in decoration, to eat off of, to wear, as building materials, even used in New Age healing, to ward off evil spirits, to give confidence, relaxation, to bring blessings, give inspiration, protect, to help find love, even to see into the future with, and more. My name's Resistance the Spellbreaker. Allow me to help you see through this modern day deception. So what are crystals and where do they come from? Crystals form underground when conditions are just perfect. Atoms arrange themselves, which gives the crystal the particular shape in which we see. This can be affected by temperature and pressure. Crystals can be made by man as well, which is where we get glass from. Crystals all have a different atomical makeup, which give them the properties which make them useful for us in our modern day applications in the physical, okay? And no one has a problem with that. What we're going to be focusing on today is the spiritual. So where do we see crystals used in other cultures? The Babylonians, the Egyptians, the Hindus, the Greeks, the Mayans, the Incas, the Native Americans, the Druids, the Australian Aborigines, and others use crystal balls and such like objects as portals to communicate with their lowercase g gods, okay? So although this is considered to be part of the New Age movement, there's absolutely nothing new about it. And I think the ooh and the ah of the crystal comes from the ooh and the ah of the diamond, okay? You see the De Beers commercials and things like this, and I don't actually think that that people would go out and idolize these crystals if it wasn't for what they've done with the diamond, and they've made it kind of a staple of like only the upper class get to have them. So much so that people even replicate the diamond with something called a cubic zirconia. So the diamond's supposed to be this big staple, of like we're wealthy because we have this big stone. And what's very funny about this is that diamonds are actually worthless. Diamonds are found everywhere carbon's found, and that's all over the earth. You could literally take diamonds and cover your entire state as just a big giant pile of them. But because big companies own the mines where these diamonds are, and they only let out a certain amount of diamonds each year, they control the market into making it, giving the illusion that they're worth money. So, and they're not. They're worthless. And if you don't believe me, you can go look it up. So when it comes to these crystals, a lot of young people, I see them wearing these crystals. And I see them wrapping these crystals with copper wires, okay? Because copper is a conductive material. And they believe these crystals are charging them and doing all these strange things to them. And I'm actually going to go this way. I shouldn't. But there's a debate on whether or not believers should even be wearing jewelry. And I stand on the side of, I don't think that we should be wearing jewelry. Now, when it comes to this, my question to these people would be, if you're wearing these because of the magnetic properties that they have, why is it that you don't just wear a magnet? Well, I'm going to tell you why you don't just wear a magnet, and why that's not hip and that's not cool. And it's because magnets are ugly as hell. That's the reason why. Okay? And I will admit that crystals are very beautiful. I've seen some really, really cool ones. I've known people who were into it, and they're very beautiful, and it's sad that what the occult's done to this particular object and made it into what it is today. So should we have them? I mean, I would say that I wouldn't throw away my quartz watch because there's a crystal in it. I'm not throwing away my cell phone because there's crystals in it. And I'm not going to, okay? So if someone has a crystal in their house, I don't think there's anything wrong with our Creator's creation being inside of your house. It's when you put your faith in it. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that these people who collect all these crystals and have their houses full of them, their houses catch fires, and they actually have blinds. They'll put all kinds of blinds over their windows so that no sunlight can come into their house, because the sun will hit the crystal and it'll light their house on fire, and it's actually very, very common. So the problem isn't the crystal itself. The problem is that people are putting their faith into the crystal. And it wouldn't even have to be a crystal. It could be anything, okay? When you put your faith in something other than Jesus Christ, you open up a spiritual doorway. And I don't doubt these people who are coming out and they're saying, no, I put my faith in this crystal and it healed me. Well, that's because you opened up a spiritual doorway to Satan's army and his deities may have healed you, okay? Or someone says, I wore this crystal and I found love. Well, I guarantee you that relationship's probably not going to last because I know it's not of the Most High. I believe that when you put your faith in these objects, I believe that Satan's army is answering that call as to whatever you believe it's going to be. And someone would say, well, can't we have it both ways? Can I be a believer in Jesus Christ and still wear my crystals and put my faith in them? And I would say, what do you mean you believe this rock protects you? Does not the Most High have a hedge of protection that he put over his people in the book? What do you mean this rock is blessing you? Doesn't the Most High have blessings that he gives throughout Scripture? What do you mean this rock keeps you from evil spirits? Didn't Jesus give you the power over demons? What do you mean this rock helps you see into the future? Don't you read the Bible and understand prophecy? What do you mean this rock helped you find love? Didn't Yahweh give David his wives and create the circumstances for the two to become one flesh all throughout the Scripture? What do you mean this rock heals you? Don't you believe in the healing power of Jesus Christ?